really talk about that aspect of your life when you had to wear a mask in different spaces. And I think a lot of women can relate to you, and maybe there's some wisdom that you can share with us. What was that like for you?
Well, I think once I discovered, that I was no longer me, and I was, sort of put on this persona, to please the people. Once I came into the realization of that, that's what really gave me the strength to say, you know what, this is not working. This is not going to work for me. Mm-hmm. And that enabled me to make the decision that I made. But, in the book, I talk about how the man in the pulpit was just no longer the man I took home. And, I would get up in front of the congregation on Sundays or on Wednesdays, and I would introduce this man, and me, myself, thinking to myself, okay, but, yeah. And that's something I had never experienced before, having to lose who I was to build someone else up.
Child, that sounded a lot like Martell Holt and Melody Cherie, honey. That's what it sounds like, honey. Okay, like mother, like daughter. But, honey, I understand it. We done all been there, honey. What is up, y'all? It's your girl, Brand New. And, honey, I am back in the building. This time, honey, I'm back with a Love and Marriage Huntsville Extra, honey. We got Miss Vanessa, honey, okay? Miss Vann, honey, if you really know her. She is Melody Cherie's mother. She's going to be dropping, some gems in this interview that I found of her. And, honey, I am interested in getting to know Miss Vann, even more, okay? Because I really like her. I really do. She's very confident, very elegant, okay? She don't like hood boogers, okay, like Miss Wanda. Okay, what does she say on her shirt, honey? I don't do ignorance, okay? I ain't got time for that, okay? I like me some Miss Vann, okay? She keeps it classy and not trashy. All right, so without further ado, guys, I'm going to continue to play that audio, and I will be in and out with my commentary.
That was very difficult for me, and it took me a minute to sort of navigate through it, but whenever I navigated through it, I made my final decision, and I was okay with it.
That, like I said, that was such a relatable moment, and a lot of people in the comment section are also saying, like, I could relate to that. And thank you so much, everyone, for buying badges. And I wanted to ask you that question because a lot of people view you as, like, TV mom. Like, a lot of people love you, and a lot of times people just don't know what you have been through, right, to get to the space that you are currently. And we got to meet Miss Vann through Love and Marriage Huntsville, but you have done radio, you have been First Lady, you've been a public figure in different ways, and so many people look up to you. And what advice would you give for women who are currently struggling and not really recognizing who they are, but also having to wear different masks and not living the true life that they want to live?
I would tell anyone, to be true to you. And if you're stuck in a situation like that, isolation brings about elevation.
Yes.
Do some isolation, seek God for yourself. Shut out all the noise. That's the first thing you have to do. Yeah. Because, and learn to put yourself first, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing wrong with putting yourself first. So, I would tell anyone, first, go into isolation. Wait to hear from God, and whatever decision you and God make, follow it through. It might be difficult. I think the biggest thing for me was I felt like I was letting people down.
Ooh, talk about that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I felt like I was letting people down because we had built a congregation, and our congregation came from the streets. They weren't recycled Christians, like they weren't going to a church and then started coming to our place of worship. So, a lot of it was, we want all these people, to the Lord, and they're here, looking at us as their spiritual mom and dad, if I can't handle this, or if I walk away from this, I'm going to let them down, and that was my main thing, and unfortunately the churches always get hit with something, and I didn't want my marriage to be another blemish. But
child, that sounds so similar to Melody and Martell. Like, Melody in the beginning, especially like season 1, was trying to put up this perfect image of being a businesswoman and, being a perfect wife, and, then all they skeletons began coming out. So I really do feel like a lot of us do follow in our mother's footsteps. I know I definitely have been there, with different things in my life. Y'all put that in the comments. Do y'all kind of get that correlation between Miss Vann and Melody, and how Melody, just may be, like her mother with some of the decisions that she made? I know from what I'm listening to thus far, it sounds like Miss Vann was leading with religion. And I know a lot of people in the world, they love to play the God card, the Bible card, and, do unto others, and you got to be this good person. But I will keep reiterating on this channel, you don't owe nobody no loyalty that is disrespecting you. I don't care how much money they got. I don't care what their religious affiliation is. I don't care how high the credit score is. If somebody is doing you dirty, they are doing you wrong, you don't owe them anything. Okay? And that is a word. But I'm really interested, guys, in getting this book from her, because, honey, it sounds like it's good, honey. Okay? Sound like she may have been dealing with a Jamal Bryant, honey. Okay?
Like I said, I just went in isolation. I did a lot of crying, and once God gave me an answer, I did what I had to do. And it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be once I did it. Because a lot of times when you're in stuff, you don't realize how much is killing you until you get out of it or get away from it to look back at it, And so once I stepped away from it and went into that isolation, I realized, there's I'm trying to think how to say it. There's worse things than being single. I feel like that.
Now that brings me to this clip of Love and Marriage Huntsville. The conversation that Melody had with Miss Wanda when, she mentioned that marriage she was in with Martell, it was killing her. So let's check that out.
I could see you and Martell back together, though.
You must be Jesus.
No, I'm not Jesus. I went Jesus 5 years ago.
Well, Miss Wanda, in all due respect, I think that some of the issue is some of the older women who encourage young women to stay in relationships that are toxic and that are killing them on the inside. I don't think that's okay.
Well, no, I don't think. Yeah. What makes you think that's killing you on the inside, though?
Because it was. Staying in a marriage where someone is consistently cheating and betraying and lying and disrespecting you, that kills you on the inside.
I understand that, Melanie.
You understand that, but you wanted her to get back together with him, and he just being a man, and then you over there, Miss Wanda, with 2 men, you still married to your old man. Like, you need to get a damn divorce, okay, and then start dating your boo. So, child, you can't trust, honey, women like Miss Wanda, honey. You better reconcile. Okay, but yeah, guys, a lot of women like Miss Wanda, they be giving out that bad advice. Oh, but yeah, that is killing you, ladies, when a man is cheating on you. He's betraying you. He's lowering your self-esteem. He's making you question and doubt yourself. He's trying to put you in lowest terms. Why? So he can control you. So I will be working on that control video. Because like I said, honey, Ms. Robinson don't think that some of these men won't love, honey. They on their Janet shit. Okay, control. Okay, that's what they on. Okay, might as well do a damn 8 count. All right? So, ciao.
I know that's right. And Mel is in here, and when I spoke with Mel, when I interviewed her, she talks a lot about the beauty being alone and being isolated and how she had to get comfortable in that. And I'm hearing your story and your journey and how that resonates a lot also what Melody has to go through. What was it like for you to watch her also, seems like, experiencing something similar as you and seeing your daughter, like, going through that? What was that journey for you?
You said the right word when you said similar, because what Melody went through.
Oh, no, not the same. Not the same.
Yeah, it was worse than what I went through.
Yeah.
Because I can honestly say, that, when I made the decision that I made, the person that I was with, I've never heard him reveal anything that I shared with him when we were married that should have been kept between a husband and a wife. Mm-hmm. I never heard him attack me in a negative way. If he did, it never got back to me.
Yeah.
Boy, please, I ain't no side chicken. I ain't gonna be no side chicken. I don't know what you thinking. You the side chicken. You the side chicken.
And he had a fiance.
Boy, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Neither one of them have a fiance.
Who got a fiance?
Why that means more to me than it means to y'all? I need you now.
You lied!
You're absolutely lying.
Honey, now y'all know Miss Robinson had to play y'all some context, okay, to what Hook-Headed did. Okay, kept trying to say that Melody had an affair on him, and child, bye. She should have, but honey, I know, some of y'all rolling your eyes, sucking your damn teeth, but you heard what I said, honey. Mm-hmm.
We didn't have any children together, so Melody's situation is definitely different, than what my situation was.
Miss Vann got the hell out, okay? She ain't have all them damn kids, okay? Don't have all these kids with these fools, honey, okay?
But it was very hard, watching her go through that.
Yeah.
When she went into her isolation period, I accepted that, I said earlier today that, sometime it would be a week or maybe a little bit longer before I even heard from her.
Wow.
But because I understand what that isolation is for, I didn't take it personal. I knew she needed that space.
Child, that brings me to another clip, honey. I know. I gotta keep this video interesting, okay?
You feel like you're confused in your friendship. What is confusing you about your friendship with Melody?
Because we haven't spoken.
Why not?
I don't know. I've called her a few times.
And what has happened when you call her?
I may get a text back or not.
And I knew that whenever she came out of it and whatever decision that she made, she had received an answer to make that decision, and I supported her in whatever that decision was.
I love that so much. It's nothing like having someone who experienced something similar, so that support is different. It sounds like you gave her space to really experience her own journey and being able to support her from the side, but also from afar.
Yeah, because I'll tell anybody, because I've done a lot of counseling because of who I am. Mm-hmm. But when it comes down to marriage, it's not my place to tell you to stay or to leave it.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a conversation you have to come up. You have to come up with that decision. That's something you and God has to decide.
That is so
yeah. So, I never told her, girl, leave. And I never told her, girl, stay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. If I was her mother, I would have had to tell her ass, girl, you need to get the hell up out of this. What the hell are you thinking? Okay? But I get where Miss Vann is coming from, because sometimes when we do tell our friends or daughters or kids, to leave somebody, that just makes them want to stay with that person even more. Do you guys think that? Put that in the comments.
Just supported her in whatever decision she made.
Okay. The first question that I have, if you are paying attention, this is the trivia that we talked about. You have 3 opportunities to win. So Miss Vann had Cash App me $120. So 3 people have a chance to win $40 each. The first trivia question is, what was Miss Vann's book called? Type it in the comment section. The first person gets it. DM me so I can send you $40. What was Miss Vann's book called? Appreciated your book, and I'm going to recommend it to my book club because it really touched me. And like, you were super vulnerable and open about your journey, the evolution of Miss Vann, and now we got to meet you and experience you on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Like I mentioned earlier, you're not really new to the public figure space because you were a radio host and also being a first lady. What has your experience been being a public figure that now so many people knowing you through the show? What are some of the pros and cons of being on this show or being known for the show?
Okay. The good thing about it is I have a bigger platform to push the things that I'm passionate about. Mm-hmm. So I really love that aspect of it. Not so good thing about it is what people don't know about you, they make it up.
Ooh. That's so true. What has a rumor you heard that made you either laugh or upset? That you're just like, wait a minute, like, how did this even come about?
I think, for me, the worst one that I still don't understand why it's still out there is that I was a side chick to Melody's dad when I had her.
I didn't see that.
And I keep hearing that, guys. Like, I'm like, does that have any validity to it? I've heard a whole bunch of people say that, and I feel like people are saying that so they can okay the situation of what happened between Ariane and Martell. Like, oh, well, Melody did it too. Or, no, Melody's mother did it too. And you heard Martell even in the one clip I played, well, you was a side chick too. And that's what narcissists, guys, do. That's what toxic people do. They will point out something that you did and try to make it look like, well, we are on this equal footing. And really, they will lie about the things you've did, right? Because they have to make you as bad as them. They are the devils, right? So, yeah, that's what that's about to me. Because I think there's a lot of side chicks that feel a way about Melody. And I've had plenty of people in my comments, honey, over the years saying, well, he really loved Ariane more than Melody. Well, why he ain't with her then? Can y'all answer that? Okay? Make it make sense.
Which is not true because you have a great relationship with Marcus, right? You even spent like some holiday I saw on your Instagram. Can you by that?
And his kids even came out and said, that's not true. My mom and dad was divorced way before, But people choose to still run with that narrative, and it's to the point now where whatever.
It is what it is. Yeah. Yeah. That's so true.
And unfortunately, a lie travels faster than the truth,
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Last time we also chatted, you talked about you don't really watch the show like you initially did at the first season. Have you been watching this season?
No.
No? Okay. So
I get all my information from you guys.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you some questions, and I want to get your feedback on this season. I think when we finally saw you on a new episode this season, it was with you and Mel talking about the post that you made on your page with Tisha wearing the team wifey, and then we saw also with Marceau posted about the Coca-Cola bottles with your name and his brother's name on it. And it was a lot of feedback on social media saying, like, I think Miss Vann was trying to be a little bit shady. You said, no, that was a light shade, and they were throwing some, like, major shade. Maybe can you clear some, like, your intention behind you posting that Tisha picture on your social media?
Well, honestly, and this is the truth.
Yeah.
I wanted to get Melody some sales. And that's the truth. That was my main purpose for it, and it did what I wanted it to do.
It worked.
Light shade, it was a little light shade. We were just coming off of her mom doing a rant on social media just saying some malicious stuff.
Oh,
So it was a little light shade, but really, you know, it was to get Melody some sales, and her site did really well after that post.
I bet, honey.
It was a marketing ploy. Okay.
Get that money.
Okay.
I mean, we would have been crazy not to get sales off of that.
What? It worked.
Exactly. And Tisha, you up here with your, team wife shirt. No, you need to have a team slave shirt, honey. Okay? Because that's what you are, honey. Okay? 16 years.
Melody didn't think of it.
Okay.
But I thought of it, and I made the post. And the only thing I said was, as seen on tonight's Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Yeah.
I didn't say no name. I didn't say anything shady. And I just said, purchase yours. And I put Melody's site up there. That's all I did. You know, so for people to think that was just something so malicious and, you know, I just don't get that. Because I didn't say anyone's name or anything.
Yeah. And then we also saw in the same episode, I'm not sure if you saw the clip on the page, when Martell, Maurice, and Lewis got together, they were talking about, like, the post that you made and then the post that he made. He also alleged that you and Mark dated, and also you were allegedly helping him pay for his child support. What are your thoughts on that?
I have never... The men that I've been around in my life, they stay out of what they call women business. You know what I'm saying? So I've never seen
male bitches. Okay, I'll say it, Miss Vann, honey. I know you're a Christian, honey. Okay. Stay out of women's business. Where Peter at? Shout out to Peter Thomas, honey.
I'll just say it like this. Some of these men on this show, I just don't know. You know, first of all, you've never seen me with this person.
Yeah.
I've never been to any family gatherings or anything. I've never been around you with this person or anything. So you know, and if I had, which I didn't, but if I had, what business is it of yours?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, that was thrown out there.
Yeah.
To sort of distract from what was going on. Because the whole way I got into this little back and forth stuff was Melody and Martell and the Scotts were having it out. Mm-hmm. And they threw me in the midst with a lot. Mm-hmm. And if you're going to put a lie there about me like that questions my character the way what you said did, I don't know how you figured I wasn't going to respond to that.
Now, what did they say? I know it was something about some type of sex tape or something. Is that what Miss Vann is alluding to? You guys, please put it in the comments because, you know, the Scotts have said, honey, a lot of stuff about, you know, about her. So, y'all let me know.
Mm-hmm. And then when I do respond, you have a problem with it?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, that's fair.
But like I said, you know, people are going to believe what they want to believe.
Yeah.
And a lie spreads faster than the truth.
That's very true. Did you, I know we didn't see it air. I'm not sure if you filmed or hasn't aired yet. Have you had the chance, or do you get the chance to address Marcel about those allegations, or is that even addressed this season?
No, I have not filmed the same scene with him, and I don't see any reason for me to.
Okay.
You know, I will say that, you know, I film confessionals too.
Yeah.
But what I noticed was we would see other people in their confessions talking about me, but the things that I had to say, they were left on the cutting floor.
Oh.
So I felt that was a little unfair because I'm like, okay, how are all these main cast members getting a chance to go in their confessional and talk about me, and that airs?
Mm-hmm.
But the confessionals that I did where I was addressing stuff, it gets left on the cutting floor.
Right.
You know, so
so we don't get to see your thoughts behind the scene, and we haven't been able to see that, it sounds like. Yeah.
And that's weird, guys, because Melody is the star of the damn show. So how dare y'all not play, what Miss Vann has to say? That's weird.
The other day I said, well, they should have just made me a main cast member, because it seems like, I'm in everybody's mouth all of a sudden, and I'm trying to figure out when are they going to start talking about what they got going on.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's the point right there. And speaking of Marcel's brother and Maurice's brother, were you surprised? Well, one, did you know that he was going to film? And then two, were you surprised that he filmed this season?
I did not know about the scene that had been filmed until afterwards.
Like after it aired or after it was filmed?
After it was filmed. And when it was brought to my attention that it had happened, I went to production and I expressed my concerns. It had been a situation where I had actually had to go to my local police station and make them aware of some stuff that was going on, because this individual kept going live saying that he was in my hometown. And out of concern for my safety, they had officers patrolling by my home at night, For the first time, I own a firearm.
Wow.
I never owned a firearm. But my brother told me, he said, well, listen, Vann, this is the way this works. If a person wants to act like they're crazy, you have to prepare to handle them like they're crazy.
That's right. Come on.
And when he said that convinced me, okay. Because like I said, I never owned a firearm. But, I expressed my concerns to production. I told them everything that I just said. And I also told them, that if you all are willing to give this individual who has been saying these awful, terrible things about my child and about me, and you're going to give them a national platform to continue to bully, then, I'm going to dot my I's and cross my T's.
What was production?
So if something should happen where I have to defend myself by any means necessary, it's going to be documented that I brought this to your attention.
That's right.
Wow. So what was production's response as far as when you talk about your concern?
The person that I first spoke to about it, they actually started crying, and they were like, "We didn't know. We didn't know, and no one should be treated like that." And I know that very day that person made a call to someone that was a little higher up than they were, and explained to them what was going on. So I was really hoping by her response to it that scene would have gotten cut, that it would not have aired. But once I got back in my office that Monday, I followed the whole conversation up with an email, and I CC'd the other people on it because I wanted to have a paper trail, showing that I did bring this concern to the people that I had access to bring the concern to. And if they didn't handle it properly, or if something came out of it, I wanted it to be known that I did express my concerns.
I am so sorry that you are going through this to the point that you even have to do restraining orders to protect yourself. Like, are you okay? This is beyond the show, and this is concerning.
Right.
Well, now, I'm okay, because the fact of the matter is, and I say this all the time, I'm not going to live in fear. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to live in fear. I'm not going to be bullied. You're not going to. You're not going to think you have something to hold over me and try to control what I do and what I don't do. Yeah. That's just not who I am. I mean, we're getting ready to go in the 5th season. I haven't seen a video yet, have you?
No. I do get tagged in a lot of it, and I honestly don't even watch it because it just raises my blood pressure, so I don't.
Yeah, and that's how the whole thing started. A lie about there was a videotape out there of me. And like I said, we're in 5th season. I haven't seen a videotape yet, so.
Wow. So, what do you hope that maybe this new 5th season, and I do want to ask you a lot more the future of Love and Marriage Huntsville, but with this being a serious thing, especially with their brother, and you even involving authorities in this, like, how, like, what do you want to happen with him, like, moving forward for the new season?
I don't have anything to say about him. He's not a factor in my life. He's irrelevant. You know?
You hear that? You's a non-mother factor. Okay, who is she talking about? I'm guessing she's talking about their brother Mark. Okay, and speaking of which, honey, I need to do a little PSA for the 2023. I will be hiring a private investigator. Yes, I will, because I've had a few things go down, and guess what? Miss Robinson go get to the bottom of it. And somebody go be in jail, baby. Okay, they go be in jail or back in jail. Okay, because I do know some people, honey, that's done already, they done already been to jail, but it looked like they need to go back again, fucking with Miss Robinson, because I'm not that girl, okay? But yeah, I'm going to be hiring me a private investigator, because I have a few situations that I'm going to get to the bottom of, and somebody go pay for it, okay? How you doing?
In my life, there's no connection between us. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
when it comes down to that, I don't think anything about him.
Well, more so not think about him, but like maybe how is his involvement with the show, because he got introduced this season, right? So are you hoping that this will be the last of it and we don't see him next season, or are you don't care if he films next season?
Well, I think it would be very wise of them not to film him again. But if they do, what am I going to do? I can't stop it if that's what they decide to do. But like I said, I'm not going to live in fear.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be bullied. And the fact
that's
of the
right.
matter is, this show is on the OWN network. Miss Oprah, she might not be the owner or have, majority shares in it anymore. But when you hear the name OWN, you have a higher expectation of what kind of content you're going to be getting. So,
I don't know about that, Miss Vann, because when people reside, honey, on the first floor, they can't help it. They don't know no better, okay? And one of y'all emailed me and said, honey, Miss Robinson, what do you mean by first floor? So I will do a video covering, what it takes, honey, to be on the first floor. It don't take much, okay? It don't take much. These people have no standards, no morals, no values, no ethics, no decorum, okay? They don't know God. They are the devil, honey, okay?
I think fans got upset when they, So if nothing else, because they like ratings, they might make some different decisions going forward.
Well, yes, we're going to talk about that, because there have been some conversations around, I think, the direction of the show. I heard it on Marcus. I heard it on Carlos's podcast that he was interested in taking it to to the original direction. And then also when I spoke with Mel, when I interviewed Mel not too long ago, she also talked about, I think there's a conversation that needs to have with all the cast and everyone involved. So since we're talking about it, like, what do you hope that maybe like the new season brings that this season and the previous season didn't cover?
We know that there has to be a little bit of mess. We know that. But it doesn't have to be toxic.
Yeah.
And it definitely doesn't have to bleed so much outside of the show. Yeah. To where it's actually bleeding into your personal life.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I think the good material should definitely outweigh the bad material.
I agree with that. And I think, like you mentioned earlier, that has been a strong fan reaction to the point people are even talking about in doing blackout. They're not watching the show. I think the strongest reaction that I saw was when the brother was shown on TV not too long ago when his episode aired. People were extremely upset because I was reading the comment section. And then Go ahead.
Well, and I think that was because, everybody saw all of the malicious, evil stuff that was going on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And for you to give somebody a national platform.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we doing here, really?
Right.
Yeah. I think a lot of fans are also feeling that. Speaking of, I think, like, maybe the toxic space the show is going, I think the episode that really created a huge dialogue, this conversation, was the Madani relaunch event. And I want to get your perspective and your take on the event, because I did get to talk to you and I watched Melody's interview and she gave her perspective and her approach. When we saw in the previous episodes that Martell and Mel were talking about addressing Miss Wanda because she was talking about the kids. So walk me through your maybe your intentions when you knew that you guys were going to the relaunch event. Like, did you know Miss Wanda was going to be there?
I didn't know that she was going to be there, but I think Melody sort of had some kind of idea that she was going to be there, and she had a talk with me. She had a talk with me before we left. And she was like, look, no matter what happens, I got it. Do not get involved.
Okay, yep. You need to say that.
Yeah. So, I knew that if she was there, Melody was going to confront her, and I didn't blame her.
Mm-hmm.
If someone had been saying all of the stuff that she had been saying on social media, it's going down wherever I see you at. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. It's going down. Meet me at the Madani, honey. It's going down.
I'm going to talk to you wherever I see you at.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I knew that if she was there, that Melody was going to confront her.
Child, Melody could have found Miss Wanda at, at any hole in the wall near you. Okay? Any bar that don't have an alcohol license, honey. It just any Tom, Dick, and Harry bar, honey. Okay?
Did you think it was going to escalate the way it did?
No. Because I knew that the only thing Melody was going to do was confront her about the stuff that she was saying.
Mm-hmm.
I knew Melody was not going to get physical.
Mm-hmm.
So for it to go to where it went, I was totally shocked. I was surprised that it went where it went.
So what did you witness in that moment, and then what did you see on the show, like, that surprised you? So, because it was so much going on between inside the store, outside the store, the conversations that was happening. So when you were physically in that space, what did you witness? We saw you coming in initially saying hi to Destiny, and then I think the next time that I saw you, I had to watch the episode 2 times just to catch up on different things. And then next time we saw you, you were also trying to prevent the fight from happening. You're trying to hold Martell. So from your take on that day, what did you witness, and how did it get to where it did?
Well, we got there, and whenever we walked in, we spoke to everyone, in good spirits, but we were greeted in a not so friendly manner.
Of course, because y'all know Destiny is down in the dumps, honey, okay? I'm going to start calling Destiny desperately, okay? She over there in that new relationship, still ain't worked on herself, okay? Still ain't worked on her people skills, her customer service, honey. Child, you think you over there with Moses, honey, you need Jesus, okay?
And you could feel that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so we made our rounds, spoke to everyone. We went and filmed the scene that we were supposed to film with Martell. And when that scene was over, Melody and Martell got ready to leave, and so did I.
Mm-hmm.
But when we were walking out, production stopped me because they were getting ready to set up another scene with me and somebody that was there that day.
Okay.
And while I was talking to production, I heard all this commotion, and I heard her yelling at Melody, and, I looked around, and I told production, I was like, yeah, we're not going to get this scene today. I'm leaving. We're not going to get this scene today.
Who was the scene going to be with? Letitia? Okay, I think it would have been with Letitia. Letitia been talking a lot of smack, honey, behind Miss Vann's back. Oh, yes. So I wonder who is that person. If you guys know who it is, put it in the comments, please.
And production was like, we understand. Just go, just go, just go. And so, we go outside, and of course, Wanda's there setting up her tent or whatever. And Melody, she walks over to her, and she basically confronted her about what she had said about the kids, and then her cousin, I think, was there, and he had said some things that could have been taken as a threat.
Oh, cousin Bernard, yeah.
Yeah, on social media also, and she confronted him, and things escalated when Wanda came from around the table and got right in Melody's face, and she kept trying to. Wanda kept trying to pull me into the conversation. Let your mama talk to me. Your mama is right there. Let her talk to me. Well, now they had already told me to stay out of it. You know what I'm saying? And so I just basically told her, she's handling it, but I'm here if she needs me.
Yeah.
Right.
And, so when she came from around the table, that's when things escalated. And, Martell and I was standing in between her and Melody, and, I asked Wanda, you need to step back, because she was getting too close. And when she wouldn't do that, that's when Martell stepped in front of me, and he was like, you do need to back up. And we got Melody to the vehicle, and it was just so much going on that day.
I know.
We got Melody to the vehicle, and then Martell ended up, talking to the Scott brothers, and then, they started double teaming him with the gift of gab. And Maurice ended up pushing Martell when Martell was trying to walk away, or he touched him or something. And it seems like that was just, what the other brother needed to get all loud and rowdy and all.
Yep, that's when Big Toenail Head was really trying to come for hook-headed, honey. Yes, honey, you back to being hook-headed after that bullshiggity you put in Destin. Okay, inviting Marceau and Tisha, okay, to where Melody and the kids was. Shame on you, hook-headed. But yeah, I didn't like that Maurice did that. I don't give a fuck if that's your brother or not. You shouldn't, get involved like that. If anything, you should take your brother and walk away. But Marceau is such a narcissist. He wanted to make that situation about him. Because y'all remember, he dismissed Tisha's feelings on the whole situation.
And then, of course, Martell, he started talking back to him, and it just sort of escalated from there. But we were trying to, Melody and I, we started trying to keep Martell calm, but, you get sucker punched by someone. And as a man, your adrenaline is already running. You're not going to just calm down right away.
No.
And the fact of the matter is, he did get sucker punched by Maurice, as a matter of fact. And, and so when he reacted to that, it just went where it went.
Yes, it was a lot going on. And then we saw, production wrapping things up, even the police coming, I think, or we heard the siren in the background. And that was intense. I want to go back to when you initially, when you were leaving the Madani store, the comment that Destiny made to you about Melody. Did you hear it in that moment?
I did not hear it. I did not know it had been said until the episode aired, and everybody was talking about it on social media.
How did you feel when you heard it?
I was bothered by it because, the interaction that I had with Destiny was through Melody, because she would be in Melody's home. And, in those moments, I had respected her. She had respected me. So for her to be so aggressive with me that day. It was.
You hear that, Destiny? Once again, your ass is being called aggressive.
She has a big heart. She loves giving back. She loves people. You know what I'm saying?
I felt so bad for her. I literally hugged her and was like, "Why are you so upset?"
Yeah, because she was upset because she hurt their feelings.
She cried about my sitting. No, just playing.
Well, you probably approached it differently, Destiny. They were calm, and they were
I was
calm. You were aggressive.
You keep using that word.
Because that's what you are, heifer.
The truth.
I was served some tea that was cold. I don't remember anyone ordering tea. Because you brought it. I didn't bring it. You didn't bring it the tea? I swear you gave me a cup and it had icicles on it. My aggression is that ain't aggressive.
It is though. It may be a lower level of it, but it was. Because you were aggressive when I was at your house. Actually, I was shocked that you were taking up for me with Wanda and walking me outside, because last time I seen you before Black, I was sitting there in your home, and you were being very aggressive.
No, I was not, Melody Holt. You were narrating the conversation.
Well, y'all should have walked off and had y'all own conversation.
Well, y'all brought it up at the table. What I didn't like was, and open your eyes when I'm talking to you.
I'm not long.
And that's how I felt. I'm not Malia, Milani, Mariah, or Martell.
People don't talk to me like that.
And that's how I felt about the dinner. People don't talk to me like that.
Because we are real friends, I'm not about it.
Shit, y'all is not real friends, okay? Melody girl. Melody has a sense of humor, honey. Y'all is not friends. Y'all were trauma bonded over them raggedy men y'all was with, honey, okay? And that is what Miss Robinson got to say about that, honey. Let's get back to Miss Vann, honey. Where's she at? Let's get back to her. I just wanted to give y'all, a little flashback, honey, okay?
I had not seen.
Yeah. There was recently, Destiny had posted in her Instagram story saying, like, she owed you an apology. She spoke out of high emotions in that moment.
She spoke out of ignorance, honey, and bad customer service skills, okay? In the words of Sheree Whitfield, whatever happened to customer service? Okay, like, come on, damn. Come on, Destiny. Miss Robinson can help you with that, okay? Talking to that woman like that.
Did you ever receive an apology? Or if not, like, are you open to receiving an apology from her?
I have not.
Child, Miss Vann probably like, fuck that bitch. Care about her big head, baby haired having ass. Cause y'all know Destiny, her baby hairs be laid, honey. I be like, come on, Destiny, come through, girl.
Not heard from her. Yesterday I found out that she had said that she owed me an apology. And like I said then, I can accept an apology from anyone. But that doesn't mean it's going to change our dynamic, because now I know that you will disrespect me to a low level.
Right.
And I'm not going to give you that chance again.
Damn, Destiny. Damn. Lil Barbecue filed for divorce after 3 whole weeks after you had a baby by him. Melody ghosted you. Miss Vann said not today, and tomorrow don't look good either. Okay, goddamn, who next, Destiny? You got Moses over there, okay? And the only way he gonna be able to deal with you is if he turn into Jesus. Okay, so honey, I don't know. It don't look good. Destiny,
I think that's fair. You have your right to feel that way. Where does your relationship stand with Miss Wanda? Have you guys ever had a conversation after that episode?
Girl, she don't associate with people on the first floor. Okay, like Miss Wanda, I can answer that for Miss Vann. Miss Vann don't go to hole in the walls in the hood. Okay?
Or it's a different season. Where do you guys stand right now?
I don't have a relationship with her. I've never had a relationship with her.
Okay.
I didn't know her prior to the show. I had only met her like one time, and it was at Melody and Martell's home and she was there with the Scotts, and I think they introduced us, but that was it. No long drawn out conversation or anything like that. You know, and that's why I say, you know, for some people to have so much to say, you know, they don't even know me. You know, we don't even run in the same circle. So anything you think you know about me is secondhand information, you know. Yeah. And the fact of the matter is, you never heard me say anything about anybody.
Yeah.
You know, because that's just not my character. I don't really care what you're doing. Yeah. You know.
That's fair, especially if you never really Oh, okay. Can you please clear up why you weren't at the reunion?
I actually was supposed to be at the reunion.
Yeah.
My flight reservation had been made. My room reservation had been made. And all of a sudden, the person that was supposed to keep the kids for Melody, because that was during her week to have the children, got sick. Yeah, the person got sick. And, you know, I told Melody, I was like, look, you know, just let me stay here and keep the kids. You know, I've already made arrangements to be gone for 4 days.
Yeah.
Just let me stay here and keep the kids. And, you know, my concern with that was I didn't know what that reunion was going to be like for her.
Okay, yes.
And so I figured if I stay here and keep the kids, at least she wouldn't be worried about, you know, are the kids okay? Are the kids okay? Because she had to leave them with someone other than who she trusted to keep them for those 4 days.
Yeah, yeah.
And she still, you know, thought about finding someone else. And I finally convinced her, look, just let me stay here and keep the kids so you can have your wit about you during this reunion. And you won't have to worry about how the kids are doing. Because the kids were in school, you know. If they weren't in school, we would have just brought them with us, you know.
Yes.
But they were in school.
Okay, so to clear up, I didn't even know there were rumors out there. To clear up, clearly Miss Vann had to stay behind to care of the grandbabies. To support.
And you know what? And it's so funny, everyone's concerned about why, you know, well, I know why they're concerned about it, because I think a statement was made, you know, that somebody scared me away from the reunion and all that kind of stuff. But Martell's mom didn't attend the reunion either.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Shit, we know where she was at, honey. At home drinking that incest wine. And I saw what one of y'all said. Y'all said, Miss Robinson, don't talk about his mother. I don't care for Martell's mother. And I really didn't care for her once I heard her say out of her mouth, Martell spoiled Melody. Bitch, is there something wrong with you? All that cheating and lying and betraying and destroying, trying to destroy that woman's self-esteem and put her in a puddle of tears, and you go say she was spoiled. And like, to me, that comment, you guys, was just so out of character. It was just so unnecessary. But like I told y'all, just because somebody is somebody's mother, that don't mean they are a good person. I don't want to hear this shit about respect your elders. As an elder, you need to carry yourself in a way in which you want to be respected, okay? So, like, you got to respect yourself first, is what Miss Robinson is saying. And I just, as hard as Melody works, and you go try to put out there that she was lazy, and like, when I tell you I didn't like that, and I never got a good feeling really about his mother. I saw her sweep a lot of the shit that he would do under the rug. That's what a lot of these black toxic mothers do, sweep their son's shit under the rug. I've had several mothers, guys, do that with me. So when I speak on these people, hell yeah, I'm triggered, because I already see what I'm looking at. Okay, my son, you know, he's still a good dude. Shit. And that's what she was saying, I think, at that first reunion. He's still a good man. He ain't shit. Okay, bitch, you could have swallowed that nut that night. Okay, shit. Y'all keep giving birth to these damn devils.
Okay. I wasn't sure what rumor. Okay, I'm so happy we got to clear that up. I didn't know there was a rumor about that. Yeah, well, here you have it. Room was booked. Flight was also purchased. she just couldn't attend because she had to babysit the grandbabies. Now,
yeah, and when I made production aware of what was going on, they understood.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, let's be for real, they'd rather have Melody there than me. You know, Melody was gonna stay behind, they was gonna sit, you know, get me to go. I don't think it was gonna work that way.
Imagine Mel not being at the reunion. Oh
and me instead.
Yeah.
Well, would have been like, what is going on here?
So, if you were at the reunion, what would you have wanted to clear up, address? What would you have wanted to get out of that reunion?
I'm so far past trying to clear up stuff.
Yeah.
Because I figured out people gonna believe what they want to believe, you know. And I think people try to pull me into acting out of character the way they do, and I'm not gonna do that. So, you know, I think that would have been the challenge. You know, I feel like people would have came at me to try to get me out of character, and that just wasn't gonna happen.
Got you. Okay, it sounds like there's another rumor. I'm reading the comments. Someone said I heard Mel and her mom weren't speaking. I thought that was far-fetched. Come on, you guys.
Okay.
Stop it.
You know what? It's crazy, though. It's really crazy to me because I hear some of the stuff, you know, because people will DM me stuff. That's how I find out stuff. People send me DM. And it's just crazy to me that it seems like people want Melody and I to have this rift.
Yeah.
You know?
But, like, how do you do that with your mom? No. You're not right. I know the show is the show, but come on, y'all. This is family. Oh, my goodness. Okay, no. So, if you, honestly, even not knowing you guys personally, even if you just look at their social media, they're constantly supporting each other, resharing, constantly, pushing each other's stuff, so I don't know where that rumor came from. I wouldn't have believed it if I read that, so that's kind of silly.
Yeah, you know, unfortunately, there are people out there that run with crap like that.
No. Okay, well, I'm glad we're clearing some of these rumors up. I want to get your thoughts on Martell and Mel. This season has been, I think, watching it as viewers, seeing them working on their co-parenting relationship and being able to come together to defend the kiddos, come together to have the conversation with the original six, and then also recently watching the family vacation. A lot of fans loved seeing like the dynamic relationship thing from what we have witnessed before. We also saw you being open to receiving Martell. Like, you always have loved him and supported him even through everything that has happened between Melody and Martell. So there's a lot of good things happen, and then it made me think about the social media accusation that he made about her before the episode even aired. Like, how do we go from being so working towards something so good to getting back to the old ways? Your thoughts on that?
Because he's fake as hell and he's a narcissist and he resides on the first floor, and this is what you do, you guys, when you are not a good person and you don't have good character. Okay? A man with good character wouldn't do such things. But he's controlling, he's manipulative, conniving. He's the devil, okay?
I can't answer that because I can't say what a person is thinking, or what they're feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I will say that, you know, after the divorce took place, which you all saw that play out, I had told Martell, I said, you know, even though this has happened, you guys can turn this around and show the positive side of after divorce. You know, the family's still getting along, good co-parenting relationship and all of that. And unfortunately, his actions decided to take it in a different direction. You know, after everything that has happened, I wouldn't say, you know, that I'm open to receiving him, so to speak. But, you know, I do realize that, you know, he's the father of my grandbabies. So I have to be able to at least be cordial with him to some degree, you know. And in the scene where you heard me say, well, hopefully him and I can get to the point where if, basically if his mom can't keep the kids or he doesn't have anyone to keep the kids, he can call me up and I'll say, sure, I'll keep them for a couple of days. Yeah. Like I said, it's my grandbabies. I love spending time with them. Mm-hmm. So it has nothing to do with, my relationship with him.
Yeah.
It's just about me being a grandma.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And I didn't get to finish tonight's episode. I think I had like about 15 minutes left. I know you were going to Destin to spend the vacation with them, and Miss Marlene was there as well. So I'm not sure if it aired as far as you being there and having a conversation with her. Where is your relationship with Miss Marlene? And then also, did you guys have a conversation while you were there on family vacation?
We did have a conversation while I was there, and I have not had any interaction with her since the vacation trip.
Okay, so it's just everything is left off from the vacation trip. Got you. A lot of people are asking about Melody's upbringing. If you watched my part 1 interview with Miss Vann from a while ago, she talked a lot about Mel as a little girl and like her family. So check that out. That definitely will give you a little bit more insight about like Miss Vann and Melody's dynamic, and then also a little bit more about Miss Vann. Like we talked about it during this the beginning of this interview, which her book really talks about. I think Miss Vann, the evolution of Miss Vann, which you all should get, which you can go to VanessaRTracy.com to purchase. So I do have but let's do a trivia question. Or maybe we can just say it, right?
Lighten it up, son.
Yeah, I know. Let's do a trivia question. Let's see. So you have one more chance to win $40. So if you answer the first 2, please DM me. So make sure you get your money from me. Thank you, Miss Vann. That was fun. I have a few more questions. Thank you so much for spending so much time with us. I have a few questions about, I think, the direction of the show. We touched up on it earlier. You guys have been renewed for season 6, I want to say.
Well, it's supposed to be season 5, but who knows? Cause
I know the way the season.
Yeah, it was like 4A and 4B, so it's supposed to be season 5. But I guess we'll see how they advertise it. It might become season 6,
Okay, so new season. We're just gonna call it new season because the way you guys chopped it up, I never know what season you guys are on. What is your hope for the new season? Like you mentioned earlier, a lot of the fans have strong reaction with the direction of the show. Like I mentioned earlier, Carlos even said he wanted to take it back to the original concept of the way Love and Marriage Huntsville even started. If you choose to join the new season, if you're going to be on it, what do you hope to see happen this new season?
I hope to see the show sort of get back to its original content, Let's show some good stuff.
Yeah.
Like I said, we know there's going to be a little bit of mess, but, and I can just speak from where I'm at and, a little bit about from where Melody is at. I mean, there's so much stuff you could show us doing that, never makes it to television. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then I know some of the other cast members, they say they're doing stuff and it never gets shown. I'm sure they would like to push, their endeavors and what they're doing and stuff. With me, if they don't show it on the show, I use my social media to promote me.
Yeah.
Some of the cast members, for whatever reason, they choose not to even promote themselves on their own platform. But I hope the show gets back to, just showing. I just want some of the toxic stuff to be taken away.
How do you think we got to such a personal space? Because initially it was like very fun shade here and there, but like you mentioned earlier, it got very personal over time. Do you think how much of it is the show, how much of it is the fan base, how much of it is mix of both?
I think it's probably a mixture of both, and casting. Who it is that you choose to put out front. You know, because let's be real. You know, people try to say editing this and editing that. You know, they can only edit what you give them.
Yeah,
that's right.
So at some point, I think, you know, the cast has to take responsibility for what they're saying and what they're doing, and stop blaming it on other things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
And if you don't like what you're seeing about yourself, change it.
Simple as that. We have one question that came in, Miss Vann. This is for you. Are they saying does Miss Vann have a special person in her life?
I do.
Miss Vann got her a boo.
But you all will never see him. You will never know anything about it. Just know that Miss Vann is happy.
That's good.
I know that's right. She said you will never find out about the person. Just know I'm okay and happy. Oh, we love that.
And you know, he's just very understanding, and you know, he has no desire to be in the spotlight unless, you know, that's a place where I want to put him. But yeah, you all would never know him and never see him.
What does he think about the show?
I'm not sure if he still watches it or not. But I know he was excited about it because he knew Melody and Martell.
Oh.
You know, so I know he was excited about it, you know, for that reason. And he was sort of disappointed and hurt when he saw the way things went between the two of them.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So he sounds like he's been a friend for a while. What is his thoughts on the brother situation and the harassment that you're experiencing?
I spent a lot of nights talking him out of doing something, that would get him in trouble.
Yeah.
Because his thing was, you know, because I would say, you know, just don't even let it bother you. Don't even let it bother you. And he sat me down and he said this, and it was true. He said, look, I'm a man. And a real man, first of all, wouldn't handle a woman the way this guy's trying to handle you. And he said, but guys like that, he said, what they do is when they don't think you have somebody there to defend you, they'll attack. And he even said, you know, with Melody's situation, he said the only reason those people doing Melody like they're doing her is because Martell. Her protection is not there. And, you know, I'm just telling you how he sat me down and he explained it to me. And then once he explained it to me, I understood how he felt.
I really like what that man said, because I've been saying it for the longest time. Especially in black male and female relationships, a lot of times people don't see your father. They don't see your brother. They don't see a black male figure, so they figure, well, she ain't got nobody that's gonna have her back. You know, so I can dog and treat her any type of way. And, you know, that's the same thing with Tisha. She saw how Martell treated Melody, and that's why she feel deep down inside, well, he dogged her, and, you know, yeah, she then accomplished all these things, but that man dogged her, so she must not be worth nothing, so I'm gonna treat her any kind of way. And, like, people really be having them type of thoughts, you guys. Okay, they really have those type of thoughts like, oh, she ain't got no man, she ain't got nobody. I know I've experienced it in my life, with maybe, you know, with guys I was dating and my father wasn't around, or certain brothers were not around, and I got 5 brothers, so, you know, but yeah, people will try you because they feel like, oh, well, you're isolated and, you know, you don't have nobody.
And he said, I would be less of a man to be in your life and let somebody handle you the way this person is trying to handle you.
That's right.
So, you know, I sort of negotiated with him, so to speak. Okay, I'll go to the police station.
Yeah.
You know, okay, you and my brother are right. I will get a firearm, you know. okay, I will be more careful with my surroundings and things like that. So it was very hard for him not to get involved. But, you know, I didn't want him to get in trouble because the person wasn't worth that.
And you have to do what you have to do in your part to protect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I 100% support keeping him private, as you should. And everyone is happy for you. Everyone say like you deserve happiness in the comment section is going crazy, being happy for you.
Well, something old became something new.
What do you? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. What were you going to?
Like maybe like something old, as in like a friend became like something new.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, something old became something new.
Oh.
I think because you guys, that means you guys have a great foundation because you had a solid friendship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's good.
That's beautiful. That's something that lasts longer. I love that. Something exciting also recently happened. You closed a deal. Can you speak a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people know by now that I'm a real estate broker. And one of our clients decided to sell her property, a $1.8 million deal that closed. Very excited about that. And the thing is, this is nothing new. I've been doing this, but they never show it on the show.
Oh.
Melody and I will have conversations about a closing that I did. In the past year, I've done a $2.4 million deal. I've done a $365,000 deal. We've actually sold all of the properties that we had listed on our website, like within the past 2 years.
Wow, that is amazing.
So Melody and I, we would have conversations about it, but it would get left on the cutting floor.
Wow, I don't think they should do that. Yeah.
So that's why I say I promote what I do on my social media.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wish the show would show more of me doing stuff like that, but for whatever reason it doesn't. And and I think that's a complaint that some of the other cast members have. They don't show what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So with me not being a main cast member, I'm sure they're not going to show me doing something if it's more than what some of the main cast members are doing. So I don't expect for that to be shown. But I hate that some of those conversations get cut.
Dang. Mel says, so yeah, they tried to show all the negativity regarding her versus the positivity. It's a no-go. Yeah, I agree. Oh, wow, this is a huge news and a big deal. A lot of people are saying congratulations, and I'm saying congratulations. Yeah, I hate even some of the interviews, including this one, to focus on really like the non-factor things that are in your life when you're doing so amazing things. So I apologize about that. And
the thing is, and I tell people this, the show didn't make me. I was already doing all of this stuff.
Yeah.
But the show sort of gave me a bigger platform.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I was already doing stuff. It didn't make me.
She said she's been about this. She's not used to this. I know that's right. Period. I love that. Wow, that's amazing, Miss Vann. Well, I kept you way longer than we agreed to do. So let's wrap it up. What do you have coming up? I know you were recently a guest speaker at the virtual Mix and Mingle. So she's also a motivational speaker, public speaker as well, if you didn't know about her. Honestly, if you want to learn more about Miss Vann, go to her website.
The website.
Yes. Go to her website. I promise you will be impressed.
All right, guys. So real quick, I'm going to play this Miss Vanessa impression from my favorite YouTuber, Honey, for It's Rock. So I'm going to play that.
Just like Destiny is a favorite vacation spot for the kids. And me too. I'm not going to lie, I love going to Destiny. So I'm excited about the kids to see us all together in one spot, at the same time, and hopefully having a good time.
And so she's talking to her mom, Vanessa, and asking her about the trip. Vanessa, I'm really looking forward to going out. It should be a really good time. Okay.
Baby, honey, that is mother, okay? That is the lady, honey, and I don't agree with her all the time, but this lady made me want to do YouTube. And I think I spent 2015 like looking at, YouTube videos. I became obsessed with it. And then 2016, and I wasn't even supposed to start up in 2016. I was supposed to start up 2017, but something said, honey, get started. Just get started. At a raggedy phone, raggedy everything. So I got started, and here we are. Okay. But yes, honey, I love her Miss Vann impression. I love all of Forest Rock's impressions. Her Karen Huger. Her, who else does she do? She does Melody Good, Portia, Candy, Tisha. Okay, so honey, give it up for Forest Rocks. But anyways, honey, that's all Miss Robinson got. Just a little something. Okay, it's been a busy week. It's been a very busy week. A lot going on. Don't forget, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, Brand New, and I will check you guys out in the next video.